Hello loves, welcome back to my channel. I'm Crystal, I'm the Crystalline Priestess, and if this is your first time here, welcome. Welcome to my little weird part of the internet. This is a quick little pick card, well quick, I mean they're about 20 minutes something each, the readings, but this is just a quick little video about where you're getting your spark back, where you're getting your passion back, where are you feeling re-energized, you know, where are you feeling a re-spark. Mars has literally just gone direct, I think literally as I'm filming this, so we're getting a bit of passion back, we're getting a bit of zest back. When Mars is in retrograde, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like, what foot do I put in front of the other? I don't know if I'm walking backwards, if I'm walking forwards, left, right, who the fuck knows. It's a bit of like a confusing energy, and it has been making a lot of aspects to Neptune because it's in Gemini. Neptune makes things a little bit more foggy, that little bit more confusing, that little bit more like what the actual fuck is going on. Okay? So warning, I swear a lot. I'm an Australian with a really bad mouth. I do my best. I'm doing my best on here to not swear so much, but if that's something you're not keen on, then I ain't the reader for you. Laters. Yeah, let's just hop essentially straight into it. We have 3 piles. I have chosen a card for each pile and a little thing, object, but I also am going to do like an overshot, so don't worry too much, you don't have to pick it like this. But anyway, group 1 is going to be this amazing, cool shell that I found in my brother's bathroom. So that, and the dolphin card. So we each have a spirit animal, and you guys, pile 1, you have the dolphin. Pile 2, you're going to be this sexy, voluptuous body. My best friend bought this for me in Scotland, actually, when she was on her travel. So, you, my friends, you will have the beaver as your spirit animal. So, beaver. Get it? Let me know if you get my joke. I didn't really even give a good joke, but yeah, coincidence. Anyway, fuck, I'm being really weird. I'm sorry for my weirdness, but that's how I am. Okay, group 3, you're gonna be these adorable little Holland shoes. These little shoes from the Netherlands, which is another actual gift from my best friend. They got this at the same time, so for some reason we have a real Scorpio energy influence going on. And the thing is, Mars is ruled by Scorpio, or Scorpio rules Mars, whatever the fuck you want to say, but interesting. So we also have for you guys the goat. So pile 3 is the little booties and the goat. All right, so now I'm gonna give you guys some time to just sit with each pile and, you know, pause the video, chill, meditate, do whatever it is that you need to do to vibe in with the energy of this reading, but definitely take some time to tune in. And yeah, we're just gonna hop straight into it. I hope that I've said everything I needed to say. It's been so long since I filmed a video, but I don't want to chew your fucking ears off. See, how many times have I sworn in the past 3 minutes that this intro has been going for? That's just a little taste test, okay? If you're into it, welcome. I love you guys, and I'll see you in your reading. Peace. Group 1, if you chose this beautiful little spiky shell, then, and the dolphin, then this is going to be your reading. So, first up, how fitting, because I chose the, like, objects for the readings before I chose the cards. How fitting that you got the dolphin. You're the only one that got a sea creature, and you also chose the shell. So first up, for some of you guys, your spark, where your spark is being reigniting, where your passion is, I feel, being reactivated, it's definitely I feel like it's in this sense of I ain't taking no shit anymore. I feel like for you guys, like there's this level of like activating into the next version of you. I'm noticing how like shit, this woman, she's pregnant. I'm seeing this as like someone that's leveling up. Like for some of you guys, yes, you might have actually just recently had a child, or someone close to you has, and it's kind of like made you kind of have a bit of a perspective shift. I feel like there's a change in perception with you guys. I feel like there's like this lightness, this light-hearted energy, but I don't feel as though, you know, it's always been this way, obviously, because this is where you're being re-inspired. So I think that you are coming out of a period of heaviness. I am seeing this as quite deep ocean, you know. This is, you know, I'm not seeing any sand down there. That looks like the deep blue to me. And to be honest, as much as I adore the ocean, the deep blue nothingness scares the living shit out of me. So I think you guys have faced some fears. I think you guys have had to deal with some things. And I've never noticed this, but this dolphin actually has, I don't know if this is gonna focus, but this dolphin, I don't know if you can see that, but that's coins, so that's money. It's like money is shooting out of that dolphin's nose. So I think there's almost this sense of like, fuck it. It almost feels like for you guys, some of you had to like lose it all in order to finally let it go, so that you can kind of regain it all, but in a much lighter way, in a much fresher sense, in a much more integrated and wholesome way, if you know what I mean. I feel like it's like you guys have been, I'm literally hearing the word like pregnant with this desire to just have a really beautiful, free-spirited, way less heavy life, if you know what I mean. Really, I'm getting with this card, like I just feel as though there's this yearning and this desire to have less stress, to feel more free-spirited, to feel more like you can just, I don't know, be exactly who you are. I feel like the fact that she's naked, you know, this is you expressing your vulnerabilities. I'm so sorry guys, by the way, as well, if you can hear that banging. I've just recently moved to Western Australia, and the wind here is crazy. The wind here is crazy. So it's like always banging on the window. So I'm really, really sorry if you can hear that all the time. Hopefully in the next few months I'll have my own place and I won't have windows. Bang! But anyway, I'm really just kind of hearing that nothing else matters for you anymore. Like your song is literally Nothing Else Matters by Metallica, but it's a Dermot Kennedy remix. And I'm literally just getting the vibe like nothing else matters to you anymore besides how do you feel how do you feel? Do you feel happy? I think happiness is the goal for you. I feel like for some of you guys it's like you were chasing money for a long time there. You were chasing the dream, you were chasing the fantasy, you were chasing the idea of something. For some of you guys, I'm even getting that maybe like you had this idea of motherhood, or you had this idea of pregnancy, or you had this idea that working with women or feminine energy would be a certain way, and it's proved to be more challenging, or you've been called into more lessons and challenges than you were hoped, you know, that you thought you were going to experience, you know, than you thought were necessary. So yeah, we have bottom of the deck, the Four of Cups. Then we have the Three of Cups. We have the Star in reverse. And we have the Nine of Wands. So yeah, you guys have been pushing for a long time. I feel like what's really shifting for you, I think there's this desire within you where you felt like you've had to like carry everything on your own back. I feel like you've been carrying an awful lot of weight. I feel like you've been the person that's been taking care of the family whilst also trying to take care of you know, finances, and while another partner's out of work, you know what I mean? My mum's ringing me. I'm gonna leave it. I was like, should I answer it? No, I'm not gonna worry. Okay, so just quiet there. Sorry if you picked this video, mum. If you picked this group. I love you, but, you know, I'm in my zone doing my thing, so. Anyway, I just feel like for you guys, there's this desire for reciprocity, and there's this desire to just like let loose a little, to have a little bit more fun. I think with the star in reverse, it's almost like you have this fear of letting yourself let loose in a way, and I think let's just before I just blab my ass off, let's just get a clarifying card, shall we? Woo. Oh my god. These mofos be flying everywhere. Yeah, okay. For some of you guys, this has to do with like a dream or a business that you've wanted to create for a long time, or a study that you're wanting to undertake, or just something, an idea, something that's tangible, something physical, you know. I think maybe this is even some of you guys have been wanting to like embark on a health or a fitness journey for a long time. And I think the thing that you've been missing is the element of like fun, the element of like playfulness, you know. I feel like everything's been really serious, and there's that 10 of Wands. That's, I knew that energy was going to come up, because, you know, we have the 9 and we have the 10. There is this heaviness, like I was just seeing with this card, so much weight. It looks as though to me like all of this energy is focused on this one point right here. It just feels like it's this like burden. And then we have the 10 of Wands. But I want you to notice how this is actually a ladder. So it is like you are moving forward. You have been making a lot of progress. I think you've been making more progress behind the scenes than you've realized, but it feels like things have been moving really, really, really slow. So the re-spark, the re-inspiration or the re-motivation that you're going to be experiencing is essentially like, I think you coming out of a fog. I think you coming out of like a hazy period. This inspired energy is going to be you searching for, you know what, I'm just going to simplify my life and I'm just going to search for what makes me happy. I think that it's like becoming simply aware that you don't really want such complicated things, if that makes any sense. Like I feel like for some of you guys, you wanted things in the past and they were more complicated than you've realized that, or come to realize with age, that you really want. It's like when you're younger and you kind of like, you know, you want fame and fortune and all this sort of stuff, and it's pretty much just like getting older and realizing, oh wait, that shit's all toxic as fuck. So yeah, I just feel like, you know, 2 of Wands at the bottom of the deck here, and 8 of Wands as well. You guys have a hell of a lot of wands coming out, so this is like literally your spirit being reactivated to like go on a mission and a search. Like, not even a search, it's like just you already know what makes you happy. I feel like with this moon in reverse, like you've just been in a period of like being like under this illusion, and it could be because of the people that you're actually spending time with, or the people that you were around or you've been around at certain periods. And it feels like recently. Like it doesn't feel like this is like 6 years ago or something. This could be people that you've just spent time with over the last 3 years in particular. But I'm really feeling like those people in particular, not all of them of course, but some of those people kind of created this idea within you, or this fog, because maybe they haven't been entirely sure of the direction that they wanted to go in, or, you know, maybe they had these big glamorous ideas, these big, you know, fantasies that were never really rooted in reality. And so I feel like this is you sort of like maturing, like something's happened that has matured you to the point where it's like, okay, yeah, I can see that I now need to walk away from some people and some, you know, possibly even habits or belief systems or ways of being, thinking, you know, all that sort of stuff. I need to walk away from some things that just are not giving me what I want anymore, that they're just not giving me this feeling of fulfillment. I feel like you're becoming really motivated to walk away from shit that just feels like it's going nowhere. Like I was saying at the beginning of this reading, it's almost literally like nothing else matters to you at the moment besides finding your peace, finding your happiness, finding what lights you up and makes you feel passionate. Look, we have hero, heroine. So you're becoming the hero of your own life. You're literally, your zest, your spark is literally so powerful that this is you, like, I think making a new dream a reality. I don't think that this is one of those situations where like you've had a childhood dream. I think this is almost like the shifting and changing of a childhood dream, or of a dream that you've had for a long time. I think this is the re-emergence of it in a new way. It's almost like Mars retrograde caused you to really have a rethink about what you truly are moving forward for in life. And that came out kind of wrong, but you know, Mars is the planet of our motivations. It's the reason we wake up in the morning. It's why we get out of bed. So when Mars is retrograde, we kind of question, why the fuck am I getting out of bed? What the fuck is the point of getting out of bed today? What you know? You know what I mean? Like, we all have those days where we wake up and we're like, okay, so what's the point? You know, that's kind of the energy of Mars retrograde. And so now that Mars is going direct, this is us becoming kind of clear on the mountain that we've already been climbing. Look, engineer under that. But this is engineering a way up that mountain. It's engineering a way to move, work smarter, not harder, you know? And I feel like a part of working smarter for you is literally having more fun. And that is the best news ever. Like, how good is that? I also want to say that I am having chronic throat chakra issues right now. Like, chronic. So I think for some of you guys, you really need to sing, you really need to chant. I'm really hearing and feeling that you need to use your voice in some way. It doesn't matter if you're a good singer or not. You need to be chanting, or you need to be singing in some way, shape or form, or even just doing some sort of sound therapy. I don't know, but you just need to be doing it. You also need to be just like speaking up in your certain way. In that way, the way that speaks. Oh my god, listen. See? Now I can't even speak properly. So that's part of that fog, isn't it? It's needing to find clarity with the way we speak. It's needing to slow down. I feel like there's a poise. I kind of feel like in the past we're always in like a rush to get to the top of the mountain, to get to the top of the hill, and I feel like there's this, you know, there's this knowing that you're actually already there, you know what I mean? Like, I've been realizing that I have this tendency to always think that like happiness is going to be achieved once I've done a bunch of stuff. Like, I'll be good when if I do my morning routine and I wake up and I eat well and I do yoga and I go for a run and I go for a swim and I do all that stuff, then I'll be feeling good and I'll be able to be happy. And I'm not gonna lie, that stuff makes me feel great. But also that's becoming restrictive because, you know, I'm forgetting that happiness exists in the present moment, and I think that that's something that's becoming really relevant for you. So we have light attribute, passion for a journey of personal empowerment. So, you know, this is all about you empowering yourself to actually feel like you deserve happiness again, to deserve. Some of you guys, this has got to do with children. I think for some of you guys have wanted children for a long time. You've wanted to work with children for a long time, but you've had some sort of this inhibition. I'm literally hearing inhibition. You know, this thing standing in the way of that. For some of you guys, maybe you just have had like fertility issues and things like that, and it's almost like with this like release that you're having, this loosening of the grips of the grip. It's almost like a letting go and a surrendering, and it's like it's allowing space for new things to be born into your life. I don't know exactly what that looks like physically. It's going to look different for everyone, but you know what I mean. We also have King, light attributes, enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. And we have Don Juan, light attribute, spotlights your positive, seductive qualities. So yeah, I feel as though there's a lot of parts of yourself that you're embracing. I feel like you're embracing the leader within you. I feel like you're also embracing your feminine side, whether you're a masculine or a feminine. I don't care your gender or whether you have one or not. But essentially this is your feminine energies really coming out to play, and I'm really seeing that like this overall card for you with this woman, naked woman on this dolphin. You know, this is divine energy, feminine energy, just radiating. I'm getting big like mother goddess vibes. So, you know, I just feel like it's absolutely paramount that you stand in your power, because you do have a community of people to support and to lead. I'm seeing a lot of people around you, or just a lot of energy around you. I don't know if it's so much you have people directly in your vicinity all the time, but you're dealing with a lot of people and a lot of people's energy. So whether that's some of you guys are dealing with social media, or some of you guys, you know, just for your work, maybe you're a waitress and you just deal with a shit ton of people every day. You know, there's a lot of energy of yours that is being expended elsewhere, and this is what's really being re-sparked within you is so much love for yourself that I feel like you're actually like being seduced by the radiance and the beauty and the potential of your own life again, because you're seeing the joy. I think when you became serious and you became like, you know, you started bearing all these burdens, you decided that you had to climb this mountain all by yourself. You know, there's two people on this card, so you don't, well, a lot of your cards, we have the Three of Cups, you know, even these dolphins, you know, she's not by herself, she's surrounded by people all the time. So, you know, this is standing up and being a leader. And maybe you have to be the one that does things differently in your friendship group, in your family even, in your relationship, in your community. Whatever that looks like for you, like you're the one that's going to be the one that falls in love with being someone that's a leader, you know, not using your leadership for negative things. I feel like this is finding happiness and joy in responsibility, because I feel like for a lot of you guys you have a little bit of like of a fear of maybe stepping into that responsibility, because there is this freedom. It's almost like for someone that is so responsible, you're also someone that's like seriously craves personal freedom. So I feel like there's a little bit of a contradiction for you, which, you know, I think you are very, very aware of. For some reason I didn't want to take any of those cards. I just have one, please, for the spark. You guys are really, it's like I feel like you're taking your energy back in your own hands. Trust the niggle. What is the niggle? What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? So I do think for a lot of you guys, there is someone or there's something that is needing to be released, because you do have the Eight of Cups as well, and it is clarifying the Seven of Coins. So I think in order for you to step into this happiness and into this leadership power, there's something that you need to let go, and I think you're intuitively well and truly aware of what it is. Whatever this thing is that you need to release, the time is now. I think it's something that makes you feel it makes you feel like you're stifling your own spirit. That's what I'm seeing. I'm literally seeing that for some of you guys it feels as though you're stifling your own spirit. So whether this is friends, or it's substance, or it's, you know, just a job, or it's something that feels as though it's draining you. I feel like for some of you guys it's making you feel physically sick in your stomach. I feel like for some of you guys you actually would really benefit from getting in the ocean as much as possible, and I'm getting really itchy nose. So some of you guys are having really intense menstrual pain and stomach cramps, and stomach pain and menstrual cramps. I feel as though they are messages, big messages for you about something that you're intuitively ignoring, something that you are intuitively not paying any attention to. There's something that's, I feel like it's festering. It's like this festering or rotting or something, okay? So, I don't know, maybe some of you guys need to go and check the grapes out the back and check whether you've left them on the vine too long and there's a whole bunch of rotten grapes, or maybe some of you guys need to, you know, that was stupid. That was the stupidest. Guys, I'm sorry for my awkwardness. This is the first YouTube video I've filmed in ages, and you're the first pile, and I'm sorry, but you guys get the brunt of my awkward fucking shit. So that was the worst metaphor analogy thing ever, and yeah, we're just gonna leave it at that. You get my drift, I think. And we also have Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising and you are the Oracle. So hell yeah, like I said, speaking. A lot of you guys are going to be speaking and telling your truth and telling your story. And I think that's going to be really seductive to other people. I think people are going to be really drawn to you because you are someone that has come to all this light and all this success and this joy and this radiance, because that's what you're coming to. I feel as though you are coming to this success, and the success for you is this joy, it's this happiness, it's this peace, and it's this fulfillment. And I feel as though people are really going to be drawn to you. People are really going to see you as someone who really has leveled up to become who you are. Like, I'm seeing this shell as someone, see how there's all these spikes on it? Like, it's this beautiful, it needs a bit of a clean, but it's this beautiful, like, pearlescent, gorgeous shell. And it, you know, this is created by nature, so you are so naturally perfect and divine and stunning and radiant. But do you also see how it's got these spikes on it? You know, it's kind of like that's pretty sharp. It would not feel good if someone clubbed you in the face with it. So, you know, you're someone who, while you may shimmer and glisten and shine, you've been through a lot of shit to get to where you are, and so you have thorns. So you know, you have protection in place, and as well you should. You know, so I feel like essentially you're just becoming really motivated by your own feelings of good vibes. Really, like, that's as simple as I can say it, because I'm really just seeing this as you literally just like just ascending, like just jumping out of this old skin and just being like, no, let's go, we are ready to just flow and thrive. For some of you guys as well, like we said, the ocean is really healing for you. Getting into crystal clear water, for those of you guys who can actually do that, is really nice. So any parting messages for the motivation and the zest, the zoom that's coming back for group 1. Asclepius, we have sacred medicine at the bottom of the deck. So like I was saying before, some of you guys do are experiencing like stomach problems or just health problems in general. That this is your sign to check them out, whether that's actually getting them physically checked out or checking, you know, in with yourself, looking at what maybe choices you're making that are contributing to a certain way of feeling, or, you know, anything like that. With Lilith, face your shadow, and we have protect your energy. For some of you guys, you are literally having these symptoms because you are being way too open to the people around you's energy, being way too open to other people's energy or just negative energies in general. I think that your shadow is actually something that attacks you a lot. That's kind of what I'm feeling with this card. It's almost like these you know, shadow versions of her that are sort of standing behind her, just kind of whispering in her ear sometimes. I feel like for some of you guys, you know, your advice really is to protect yourself against anyone that is really going to stand in the way of what makes you feel good and what makes you feel happy. So I think it's really important that you pay attention to how you feel around people. If someone's energy makes you feel like lighthearted and joyful and playful and fun and happy and healthy, then that's a positive and healthy person to be around. And then obviously if they don't make you feel like that, if they make you feel drained and lethargic and, you know, like you just kind of need to go have a 10-hour nap after hanging out with them, then maybe that person's not the right person to have around you. Nature in general is just going to be really powerful. I think for some of you guys, I think that you are maybe going to be working with expectant mothers. I'm literally seeing this as like her sitting in front of a giant pussy. Okay, just for some clarification. But yeah, I think for some of you guys, there is a fear of either having this child, like, or working with children, or, you know, just being around someone that's giving birth, anything like that, or maybe you're even having some reproductive issues that are causing you to have fear. I think you're being called to face these fears and to what can I really say, like, just to kind of sit with them, to acknowledge them. But if it's not like, because you know, I'm not a therapist by any way, shape or form, so, you know, this is in no way to be taken as advice, but I'm kind of just saying, I think your shadow is asking for you to sit with where this discomfort comes from. For for some of you guys, I honestly feel as though it's like I'm just seeing this snake pointing to this crown chakra. I feel like for some of you guys, it's like it's this spiritual thing. It's like it's almost, I'm getting like lifetimes worth of having to hold your energy in, lifetimes worth of being a midwife or you know, a healer, a woman witch, you know, any of that sort of stuff. Even for my dudes out there, you may have well and truly have been a midwife back in the day or something. I feel like for some of you guys, this is literally like a spiritual fear, deep fear that you have because of so many lifetimes of being literally like burned at the stake and shit for doing that. So, you know, that's why this healing card is here, because look, an inner strength is underneath that, because you need to kind of find the inner strength to set yourself free again, and to set yourself back into following your heart and doing the thing that you really, really love, you know, which for you is just being in joy. It really is. It's being in joy. I think the best thing you can do for yourself is to really nourish and take care of your joy. Protect your energy by taking care of your spiritual hygiene, and by taking care of your physical body, you know, eating well and all that sort of stuff. You can't be a powerful, you know, that's not that. Okay, that's not how I want to say it. I want to say, think about the people that you're leading. How would you want them to feel? How would you want them to be showing up? How would you want your impact to be on their life? Act like that in your own. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Anyway guys, I am going to leave this reading here. That was way longer than it was meant to be. 28 minutes. Wow, if you're still here with me, please let me know down in the comments. I would love, 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 love to hear about you and what's going on. You know, claim it. Claim your fire. Claim your motivation. Claim your power, and take your energy back, you know, protect your energy. But yeah, I love you guys so much. I'm so thankful that you are here. I hope that this reading resonated, that you enjoyed it. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can click the link below and head to my website. I also do astrology readings as well. I have a bunch of astrology readings on my site, so if you want to check them out, then the link will be below for that as well. Do give this video a like if you enjoyed it, because that spreads out to more people and more people can vibe with the end of Mars retrograde. Yeah, I appreciate you. Subscribe if you're new and you feel like it. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next reading. And yeah, have a really, really good arvo, and I'm gonna stop being awkward as shit in my outro, so bye. Hey group 2, welcome to your reading. If you chose this lovely lady candle, then this is going to be your reading, along with the beaver. Maybe some of you guys are getting super motivated about getting some. Get it? Ew. Anyway, let's not go off to a weird start. I'm sorry. Okay. Group 2, I'm hearing productivity. I feel as though you are getting activated to get back to work. I feel like you guys have a goal. You guys have a mission. You guys have something that you want to fulfill. You have something that you want to do. I feel like for some of you guys, I'm literally seeing you like running laps around your old self, which is interesting. So this is the beaver card, and it says work. So you guys are getting motivated to get the fuck back out there and to, I think, build a really solid foundation for yourself. I feel like for some of you guys, it's almost like you are the people that are going to build like an empire. I don't know, I'm seeing this as like this just, I don't know, you have this ability to just like, I'm seeing this as like Jupiterian vibes. Like you just have this ability to like just grow and grow and grow. So interesting. I feel as though you're really getting re-inspired about what it is that you can achieve when you put your mind to it, when you put your heart to it, when you get to work on something. 27 could be a relevant number as well. You could be 27, or you know, 27 could just have meaning for you. Let's have a look. What is the passion? What is the spark? What is the motivation that is coming back for my group 2? So we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Ta-da. We have the 7 of Wands in reverse. we have the Six of Coins in reverse. And we have the Page of Cups. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay, so yeah, I think that you guys are getting more, yeah, you guys are getting more adept at like not giving like water for a duck's back. Did I say that in the last reading or not? I don't remember. You might have some resonance with group 1, but I'm just kind of feeling as though there's this like energy of just like needing to like let things be as they are. I'm kind of seeing this hunger within you. Let's get more nice thoughts. I think for some of you guys, like, you kind of are getting really motivated to like build the life that you want. So maybe it's the home and the husband and the kids and the car, you know, maybe it's that, maybe it's traveling for a living, who the fuck knows. You won't, you know, you want what you want. That's sweet. We all want different things. But you know, I just feel like for a lot of you guys, it could even be that you haven't wanted to actually work on a relationship, like things have been a little bit not super duper reciprocal. It almost feels as like this like out of balance energy. Yeah, I think for some of you guys, you've literally been questioning about whether you should stay or go in a situation. I think for a lot of you guys it does have to do with your job, but I think for some of you guys it also could have to do with like an actual relationship. I'm just seeing, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of like immature energy here. Like, it's almost like, are you getting more responsibility? Yeah. Or is someone around you growing up a little bit? Bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Wands in reverse, with the King of Cups underneath that. Okay. So we also had the Ace of Wands fly out. We had the Queen of Wands, clarifying the Page of Cups. We have the Knight of Cups, clarifying the Six of Coins in reverse. We have the Six of Swords, clarifying the Seven of Wands in reverse. Okay, so I'm kind of really seeing this like you not being aware of your ability to make things happen, or your ability to make things actually manifest. Like I said, I feel like you're running circles around your old self because you're starting to realize that you've actually been this powerful ass mofo this whole time. I'm seeing that for you guys, you're getting this passion and motivation back in the fact that you're like getting motivated about yourself. Yeah, and that could be why you have the candle too, because this is like getting motivated about your body, who you are, you know, the spirit that is inhabiting the human body. You know, I feel like you're starting to see yourself in a more positive light. I think you've had trouble expanding. I think you've been waiting for a long time to have like a job, or to have something that just feels like it's very consistent and balanced and well structured. I think for some of you guys, it's like maybe you haven't actually wanted to deal with that sort of stuff in the past. It's almost like it's kind of like that's all too heavy for me, and I kind of would rather just kind of ignore it. But I feel as though at the moment, that's just not really in your vibe anymore. I feel like you're kind of wanting to like take things on. This is literally Bruce Lee. Like, I feel as though you are ready to take on these situations with the Six of Coins in reverse that haven't been reciprocal. These situations that have left you out of balance. This could be dealing with a partner that maybe needs to start to pick up the weight a little bit more, you know, have things balanced out. It could even be like this is residue energy from a previous breakup where, you know, you left someone and you ended up maybe having nothing. You know, you might have built something with someone and then ended up leaving and not having anything. So, you know, put this situation where it fits for you. But it kind of feels as though this is you conquering a situation that was kind of sent to break you. I think there's been a lot of people who've been running their mouths about you, to be perfectly honest. I think there's a lot of people who have been sort of had a lot to say. I feel like there's people who have thought that they knew better than you do, possibly about certain choices that you've made or are making. And I feel like at the end of the day, they're actually all going to be extremely surprised because you're Katniss fucking Everdeen. You know, you are not... I think think you're surrounded, like, I feel like you're kind of this cat that's ever been surrounded by pages and knights. We have two knights out here, the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Cups, both in reverse. And then we have the Page of Cups. So I feel as though there's just like a lot of, there's just like this energy around people not being able to quite match maybe even your work ethic. And I think that this is you needing to finally like kind of realize, and you are, like, this is what's inspiring you and motivating you, is that you're actually going to have to go some of this path alone. In pile 1 it was more so like, you know, it was really about opening up to support and things like that. But I actually think for you guys, yes, obviously we all need support. You know, you can't build anything without someone like help. Oh my god. You know, you can't, humans just weren't created to do shit on our own. You know, we're a social as fuck species, so you need help. You need to be working with other people. You don't want to be just having to go everything on your own. But I do think for you there is this need to see things as not being as difficult as they are, as not being as heavy as they are, because you are more than capable. I think you are a lot more connected to the voice of spirit and of your own spirit than you realize. I think that you guys have been communicating with your guides an awful lot, and they've been inspiring you to like take this new action, especially in regards to whether it's your daily routine and activities, so like balancing things out with daily chores and that in a household relationship, or it's getting to work and doing something differently, getting a new job, or asking for a raise, or asking for applying for a different position. Who the fuck knows? Starting your own business. I don't know. But essentially, it's about you having the fire and you regaining the passion to actually do that, to work for it, and to make it happen. I think a lot of you guys are coming up to your Saturn returns, and I think that you might actually be around 27 years old, and I think that you are like having a big like, okay, I need to get my shit together because I'm sick of not having what it is that I want in order to feel like safe and structured and taken care of and provided for, you know. And yeah, I think for a lot of you guys as well, it's like getting to work on nourishing, like I'm seeing like with this Queen of Wands, like I feel like this is you like really yes, nourishing your root chakra and like taking care of like the physical things, your physical needs, like really starting to pay attention to your physical needs, really paying attention to being hungry and fulfilling that in a healthy way. Really paying attention to when maybe you're just grumpy because you actually need a bit more sleep, or are you hungry, you know, are you grumpy because you're hungry, things like that. But I also want to say that for some of you guys, like actually taking pride in your physical appearance, I think that some of you guys are going to be feeling really motivated to like sort of glow up in a way, to sort of do things a little bit differently, to I think for some of you guys there's like this different look. I think you're going to be like coming off with a bit more of like this badassy chic possibly, or just like just something that feels very different to you. I think it's like this energy of you being able to like morph between being who you've always been and being able to like ride that and, you know, still rock your typical kind of outerwear, but also being able to shift and change things up. I think some of you guys are going to be getting more into like wearing chokers and things, and just wearing different like accessories and different types of stuff that make you feel a different way. I think that you guys are going to be motivating to like inspire yourself to work harder by actually putting effort into yourself. In a way, yeah. I think that you are looking for something that feels mutually fulfilling, not only to you but to the people that you're here to like, you know, serve. Because like when it comes to our career and working in business and stuff, like that's all to serve someone else, because, you know, all business is solving someone else's problem. Okay, so bottom of the deck, yeah, there is definitely a connection here between pile 1, so you might have been called to the shell as well, and this is your confirmation if you were. That pile is also for you. So we have Don Juan, light attribute spotlights your positive seductive qualities. I do think that you guys, you know, especially with this Queen of Wands, you are going to be glowing and radiating a lot, because the more time and effort you put into your work and building your finances and your stability And I think just nourishing your spirit, because it's not even just like having the money, it's what you can do with that money. I feel like for some of you guys, it's like, I don't care about being rich. I care about being able to like actually go to a yoga class if I need one. Or like, you know, it's being able to go get a massage because I desperately just feel like I really need to like get in my body or something, like shit like that. It's simple stuff. We also have rescuer, light attributes, provides strength and support to others in crisis, acts out of love with no expectation or reward. So yeah, you guys, I think that you are going to be like healing people and saving people. I think that a part of your mission on earth is to work with healing people. It could even be specifically children. I think for some of you guys, maybe you want to work with children who have particularly been through certain types of abuse, or just, I don't know, just working with people who maybe feel as though their spirit has been sort of dampened and dimmed a little bit. I think that you're someone who knows the in and outs of mental health and awareness. And I feel like there's this energy of you just trying to like rescue people from, I think, this emotional overload, this emotional depth that they can find themselves in. So I think you're actually going to be getting really, really motivated to be someone of service in your career. I think you're going to be someone that's really like wants to literally provide strength and support to others in crisis. I think for some of you guys, like with this Queen of Wands, like what does Katniss Everdeen do? She literally leads the entire rebellion and completely fucks up the capital and changes everything. You are the Katniss Everdeen, okay? You are the one, like I said, you're surrounded by pages. You're surrounded by, I was going to say Peter Malarks and Gales, but like, they're pretty cool too. But I don't know. It's just kind of like, you're a Katniss Everdeen that's surrounded by just capital dumb mofos. I was going to say CUNTs. Sorry, I have terrible language. If you don't like swearing, then I don't think I'm going to be a reader. I try not to ever say that word to anyone else though. I just say it a lot at home. Okay, anyway. We have child, eternal, light attributes, determination to remain young in body, mind and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes. Yeah, you are waking people up to you know, possibility again. I feel like you're rescuing people from like the depths of their own sorrow, and you're rescuing yourself as well. Because I feel as though you're just not taking shit anymore. I feel as though you're standing tall. I feel as though you're standing in your power. I feel as though you're like, I don't know, you're giving yourself what you need. I think for a lot of you guys, like this is definitely like you are going to feel really motivated to like glow up your wardrobe. Like I really feel like you want to like totally shift that shit up. Which is cool. I feel like for some of you guys, you're going to be feeling more motivated to make more money, because I feel like some things have happened, and I feel like it's got to do with other people that have manifested in the fact that you have less money. And you know, we can't blame it. We're not blaming other people, but with this Knight of Cups in reverse, I just feel like there was something that was fucking a little bit shady, and it ended up manifesting as you lost out in some way, shape or form, whether that was energetically, whether that was physically, emotionally, financially. Okay, you have the Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. You have. You've been training for this for lifetimes. I feel like this period of time is you literally like taking a leap. Look, this is you taking a leap to free yourself. We have leap and unbound. She's just taking off, she's ditching all this shit, she's just going off to the moon, you know, she's following her intuition, she's trusting in her heart, she knows that she's made for other things. So leap says you go first, the universe will catch you, and unbound says releasing soul patterns, contracts and past lives. Like we've talked about this whole reading, there are definitely some people and some things that you need to walk away from, some things that you need to leave behind, because like I said, if they're just not up to your standard, then that's just no judgment, no shade. That's completely fine. Like everybody's at where they're at, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that maybe it's time for you to, you know, to go in a new direction. Both of these cards, they're like, you know, shooting off into the sky. They're in sort of similar positions. So this is you needing to just look up to the sky and go. Both of these cards have the moon in there. So this is you are being very much guided at this time to really follow your intuition, group 2. I'm really telling you. I it feels like your body has a lot of messages for you. I just think that this, anyone, I want to say, like, anyone that has fucked with you, anyone that has sort of, like, cheated you, like, done you wrong, just maybe made you feel a little bit, like, left out in the cold. Like I said, I feel like people have been, like, talking shit, or people have just, like, been, I don't know, all over the place. They haven't been, you know, putting their best energy towards you. I feel as though you're just, like, taking your power back over that. Like, you're just taking control and focusing on something totally different. I feel like with this Ace of Wands, this is you just literally focusing on something that makes you really excited, seeing yourself and the potential that you have, and just, like, literally cutting yourself free from anything that's keeping you stuck. Like, I'm literally just, like, this is like balloons, like cutting the cords and then sailing away, like just letting yourself go. It's time to take that leap of faith. You guys are going to feel really excited to, like, get to work on this new thing, whether this is a new job or you're starting a business or whatever. You know, we've talked a lot about this stuff. In Anna, at the bottom of the deck, we have believe in yourself. So it's very important that you do believe in your potential at the moment, and you believe in your power, because you do really need to start taking responsibility. Like, I don't know, that sounds weird, but, like, there's this feeling like you have tried to avoid the power within you, and you can't do it for a second longer. You know, you have to let go, you have to forgive. You have to forgive your past, you have to forgive the people that stood in your way, because to be honest, at the end of the day, yeah, look, Kalima, spiritual transformation at the bottom of the deck. At the end of the day, those are the people that made you realize that you had to let certain shit go. So we have Aphrodite and Kuan Yin out as your advice. Kindness and nurturing and eternal love. So this is having deep eternal love and kindness for yourself. Really being gentle and nurturing with who you are. Both of these cards have offerings. So I feel as though making offerings to certain goddesses that you adore, you know, any spiritual deity that you really love. I feel like working with them, making offerings and speaking with them. I feel as though there's a lot of abundance that's waiting to come in for you, but I feel like you need to start making offerings, whether this is to your past self, to yourself, or to your ancestors. You know, I feel like it's time to start you know, whether it's some grapes, whether it's a little bit of fruit. It's like you need to make an altar or something, and you need to really start to sit down. This is such a weird message, but yeah, I'm really getting that your guides really want you to sit down and make an altar. It's like a self-love. I want you to make a self-love altar where this is where you do your things. You know, you have a mirror there, and you leave offerings of grapes and things like that, you know, beautiful sensual things that you love. You're getting the gist of what I mean. But yeah, this is really about nurturing your light and nurturing your energy, because you have been there's a fragileness to you because of all the betrayal, because of all, like, the harshness that you've had to go through. But there's also a playfulness here as well. So, you know, what's that quote in the new Wakanda Forever movie? It's something like only the most broken people can be the greatest leaders, something like that. And I believe that is so true. You know, you can't be a powerful leader unless you've been through hell sometimes, because you need to have that level of compassion and empathy that a lot of people don't have. And I think, you know, Kuan Yin is out here, and she's like the divine healing mother of compassion and forgiveness. We also have, like, literally forgive. It's going to spiritually transform your entire life as you forgive yourself and other people, and you cut the cords with the past, because you are here to build something that's a lot stronger than maybe some of the people that you've known or that have wronged you in the past, and that's well and truly okay. I don't feel like it's an ego thing with you. I don't feel like you have this vibe like, oh yeah, I want to shoot all over this person. No, I think that you've actually, if anything, you've been denying this power within you, because it's so big and it's so bright that it's almost like blinding to you. So you can understand why not everyone is always stoked with seeing you shine, because a lot of the time when we see other people shine and we're not where we want to be, that triggers us. And I feel like you trigger people, and I think you've triggered people your whole life. I think you've always been a trigger for people, and I think you need to forgive that part of yourself, because you are meant to be a trigger for people. And I think that a part of your work on this planet and a part of your literal like career on Earth is to, you know, it's time to trigger people into seeing things from a high perspective, into growing up, because you're learning this. This is, you know, we teach people and we thrive in teaching people in where we struggle ourselves. So I think for you guys, you've struggled with becoming this leader and this boss of your own life and this boss in your career and all this sort of stuff, because there's been this like this fear of like, it's all too much, like I don't know if I can do it, I don't know if I can handle it. And this is you shifting this perspective and you're becoming extremely motivated and like, yes, I can do this, I'm a boss ass motherfucker. So Aphrodite's out here, eternal love for the mission, for what you're here to do. But it's not taking things so seriously that like you can't, you know, sit back and smell the roses, okay? I feel like a lot of you guys are really young and you're feeling behind and you have no reason to, because you're a lot further than your parents at this age. That's a weird specific message, but anyway. Okay, so my battery's literally about to run out, so I'm going to end the reading here. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I love you guys so much. If you are still here with me, let me know in the comments. I would love to know what's going on with you. Let me know what your job is or what this work situation is. Yeah, I'm really keen to find out. So yeah, that was so good. I'm really keen to find out. Yeah, anyway, okay. Yeah, just drop it in the comments and let me know. Oh, that's so gay. So I've just completely messed up my outro. So I'm going to quickly try and jam this into about 30 seconds because my camera's about to run out of battery and I know it. So, thank you guys so much for tuning into this reading. If you are still here, I love you so much. Thank you. Give this video a like if you resonated with you. Do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that via the link below. It will be in the description box. Just head to my website. I also do astrology readings. I have heaps of awesome new astrology readings on my website too. So if you want to book any astro reads, then yeah, dig in. So yeah, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next reading. Peace. Welcome, pile 3, to your reading. If you chose the booties, then this is going to be your reading. Okay, so first thing, the spark you're getting back, the energy, the expansion. For you guys, I feel like it has to do with home. I feel like it has to do with family. For a lot of you guys, in particular your father, there is daddy issues being healed here. And the interesting thing is, I actually tried to film this reading yesterday. I was trying to do this whole reading yesterday, and I ended up not having any space on anything to be able to film the third pile. My camera battery ran out, and then every camera I had, all the batteries were out, all of them, and my phone had not enough space to film. So it was interesting. I had to like let it go, and so I feel as though with you guys there's this feeling of like letting something go. I think it's like for you, your spark and your passion comes back as you release something from the past. And I think it has to do with like, for a lot of you guys, it has to do with your dad, but it could be just like, you know, maybe an older brother, just a masculine energy, whether it's a boss even, whether it's an organization like a company. I just feel as though there's something with this divine masculine energy. There's just masculine vibes that I'm getting. I feel like for some of you guys, like you're actually going to be getting really sparked up by going home somewhere. I think for some of you guys, like maybe, you know, you're living on one side of the country and your family lives on the other, or, you know, one side of the world and your family's still on another part of the world. You know, some guys, you could live in Holland and your family lives in Australia, you know, or the other way around, who knows. But yeah, I think what's really coming up for you, the re-spark, the revamp, is that you are ready to make a decision. I think you're making a decision to really leave toxic shit in the past. I think you guys are speaking up heaps. I think a lot of this, like if this is not your pile, then it's not your pile. I feel like this is a specific message. So, you know, if this isn't resonating, that there's something to do with your dad or something to do with like just a very powerful or important masculine energy in your life, even if it's a female that just has a very masculine energy, then this isn't the reading for you. This is for someone in particular. Like, this has a lot to do with family. I think a lot of you guys have had serious loss. For some of you guys, maybe you lost your father recently, or you've just lost this connection with him, or this communication. You're not communicating with your dad as much. The interesting thing is, I'm feeling with you guys, it's like maybe there are some daddy issues, but there's this deep underlying love. There's this Page of Cups, you know, it's kind of giving me like this, you know, my dad can do so many things wrong, but at the end of the day, I'm always going to like have this just innocent love and respect for him. You know what I mean? Like, I'm 100% that person. I am a daddy's girl through and through. My dad can do no wrong. Essentially, like, seriously, I love that motherfucker so deeply that I don't care what he does. Like, I just love him. So I feel like for you guys, it's like a similar energy. Now, I do feel like things have gone on in your family. I've got the Seven of Swords out here. So something's been really hurtful with this Five of Cups. I'm not getting that it's serious, something that's quite like a betrayal. For some of you guys it could be. For some of you guys it could be maybe parents are breaking up, or, you know, situations are crumbling that have been like holding on by a thread for a long time. And this is kind of that wake-up call that, holy shit, like, you know, it is what it is. Like, this is almost an acceptance. You have this Chariot card here with the Four of Wands. So for you guys, you're feeling really passionate and motivated about finding your own space. I think for you guys, you're looking for where home feels to you now. So I feel like for you guys, especially like with this goat card, like he's literally, that's a house there. He's like a goat built into a mountain. So, I don't know, I just feel as though you guys, with this reliability, it's almost like this maturation. And I've actually been getting this message for like every group, but there's this maturation that's happening within you that's actually causing you to think of things maybe in a more long-term perspective. And I think it's causing you to take more consistent steps towards your future growth, you know, towards the path of what you want. And for a lot of you guys, what you want is a house. You want somewhere that feels stable, that feels homey, that feels vibrant. I feel as though you guys might have grown up in houses that had a little bit of like this darkness, maybe a little bit of this like grey, this toxicity. Maybe there was even a bit of coldness, maybe not towards you, maybe it was towards other family members. Maybe your parents had a coldness towards each other. There was a coldness in your environment, and you guys are getting really like amped up to find warmth. You see, with all your cards out here, I want you to notice all these blues and these cold colors, right? So you have all these really cold colors sitting out here, but then in between all those cards you have these two wands. You have the Four of Wands and you have the Nine of Wands. So this is telling me that you've been feeling a lack of passion and a lack of zest for quite a while. I think that this began before the retrograde. I think that the retrograde, if anything, has just made you probably a little bit more aware. I'm getting like this awareness, like with this Queen of Swords. Ooh, Wheel of Fortune under that. Yeah, Six of Cups under that. Okay, I think that you guys are really realizing that you can't go back in time and change anything. This is also an energy of realizing that things that happened back in time, back in childhood, or back when you were younger, especially to do with masculine energies, have had an impact on your life. You know, they've had an impact on how you see yourself. They've had an impact on how you believe you are able to show up in the world and what you deserve to receive. So I think for a lot of you guys, like, this is you, like, I feel like, oh my god, I literally just heard in my head, healing time. So I feel like you guys are healing the past through accepting that you are now in the present. I'm actually reading a book at the moment called The Body Keeps the Score. You guys have probably heard of it. If you haven't, I highly recommend it. If you haven't read this book, please read it. I feel like for you guys in particular, this book would be really powerful, but it's all about trauma and how humans actually process and deal with trauma and how to heal it and all that sort of stuff. And it really talks a lot about our childhoods being even more important than I've even ever realized. I really realized, like, I've always known, because in the spiritual community, you know, you learn these things pretty early on. Ooh, yeah. Thanks. Oh, chicken Caesar, yum. Yay. Cool. got a roll for lunch. Okay, let's put that forward. Okay, what was I saying? What was I saying? Anyway, the new download I have is that you guys are going to be nourishing yourselves through healing elements of your past. Oh yeah, I was saying like we didn't realize how important our childhoods were, and that's really coming up for you guys with the Six of Cups as well. Yeah, and this Hierophant in reverse with the Empress too. So I think this is not just mummy issues, this is daddy issues, this is mummy issues too. So for you guys that have chosen this pile, you guys have a lot of anxiety and a lot of inner subconscious things that have been manifested from when you were a kid. You might not be fully aware of these things, you might just be noticing that similar patterns and habits keep repeating themselves. So you're actually getting really, really passionate and zest up and inspired by your own sense of loss, by your own sense of grief, by your own trauma in a way. That's like a really weird message that I'm getting, but it also kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Because I feel like you're using your pain as a portal for power now. Your pain becomes your, your power source, you know? It's essentially you, I think, overcoming like this Five of Cups energy, this feeling of like, yeah, Seven of Swords as well, like, you know, toxic stuff, that things that you haven't really been able to physically move past without even being aware of it. Because like I was saying with this book, like I didn't realize how deeply trauma was actually ingrained in our bodies. So it's like we don't even actually think of it as a cognitive story. We experience trauma through sounds, smells, flashbacks, you know, feelings, all that sort of stuff. So I think this retrograde has sort of been bringing stuff like that up for you. I think that you guys could have had a couple of like times throughout this retrograde where you might have like felt like overwhelmed and had a bit of an emotional breakdown and things like that, which is totally fine. Like you're well and truly entitled to feeling your emotions, because feeling is healing. Like feeling the feelings is the key to healing them, because the problem with trauma is when it happens when we try to shut ourselves off from the reality of what's actually happening, because it's too much to bear. So becoming present again. You're going to be becoming super duper present in your everyday life. You're going to be meditating more. You're going to be taking better care of your health. I feel as though you're going to be like embracing the light and dark sides of life more. I don't think it's going to be so much like, you know, I feel like this energy of always kind of, I don't know, like just not wanting to accept that life kind of just isn't ever going to reach a point where it's perfect. It's never going to reach a point where you feel fully healed and where you feel like everything's all good. Like life just is lifing, you know? And I think that that's actually something that's bringing you peace and solace, because it's helping you to, what's the word, like, what was the word? It's helping you to progress. It's helping you to make plans. It's helping you to move forward. Anyway, we have the Femme Fatale as your archetypes. Light attributes highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. Yeah, because I feel like for some of you guys growing up, you were rejected by the people that you depended on. You know, in whatever that way looks for you, you know, that's going to show up as an inability to trust in relationships in general, and an inability especially to trust in the self, to not trust the self's ability to make healthy decisions and choices and things like that. So, you know, this is a heart opening for you, and I think for you guys, like, it's this, what's the word, acceptance of what happened, or the relationship that you have with your dad, or just your family in general, or a specific masculine. But it's essentially you regaining a sense of independence after, or not even independence, but like a sense of like stability and purpose again after having, I'm hearing setbacks, just setbacks, so many setbacks. It's almost like life began as a setback. And in some ways, like, the family you chose is perceived that it's a setback, but it's not actually a setback, because it's meant to set you forward onto your true path. This chariot is meant to actually guide you into who you're meant to be and how you're meant to show up in the world. It's meant to, like, you know, this is a gladiator. And I haven't actually seen this movie, but I'm getting this energy of like someone who's like seeking revenge, someone who like, not even just revenge, not revenge in like an unhealthy way where it's like I'm just gonna kill everyone, but it's almost revenge as in like I'm just gonna show you who I really am, and I'm just gonna show you how you can actually do this in a healthy way. My revenge is my success. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Okay, so we have mediator, light attributes, gifts for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life, respect for both sides of an argument. So you guys are those people who literally, you have been the one in between everybody else since you can remember. So you are definitely my group who, you know, you were that kid who, when mum and dad were fighting, you were off talking to mum and calming her down, and then you were off talking to dad. Join the club. I bet you this is the brutal parlay group. Oh my god, parlay pig. Okay. Yeah, I think that this energy of where you've always been able to like see both sides of the story, like you can definitely see both sides of the story. I think that there's almost like this disconnect with this Queen of Swords too. It's like the emotions aren't overwhelming you so much now, and you're seeing the sides of the story or your own perspective, but from like you're seeing your own reality from a higher perspective. Because I feel as though you're someone who can see very clearly when other people have ulterior motives, because you have been dealing with other people's motives your entire life. So I think this is a superpower you have, and it's something that you're actually going to be able to really utilize in your professional life. Because I feel like for some of you guys, like professionally, you're wanting to like take charge because you're learning that you need your own space. You know, you're learning what you really deserve. You're learning that you deserve something that feels safe to you and unique and your own, and maybe you grew up somewhere that didn't feel quite safe, and now you're committed to building something or a space for yourself that feels so comfortable, you know, that feels like you can really be yourself in. So we also have Queen, light attributes, radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. Yeah, because you have this really empathic energy. It's almost like you are someone who just, you feel more than other people, and it's like, instead of being the type of person who just like says like, oh, my family's fucked, or my dad did this, my mum did that, and you know, just being all this saying all this shit and being really bitter about it, I actually think that you guys have always been able to see why. You've always been able to see how things happened in certain ways, and you've had this like awareness and this consciousness of conflict, like this conflict consciousness. You've had this understanding of why. You know, and I think that you're someone that has always been there for other people, and I think you're really getting motivated at the moment to really learn to be there for yourself, because this is a time where you can't be focusing on everyone else anymore all the time. You're needing to really focus on you and to heal these feelings within you, because you're not going to be able to move forward until you become present in the moment. And you know, I'm just really seeing this goat, like I'm just seeing you need to put one step in front of the other and just keep moving. Interesting. Anyway, what else is there, Spirit? What else? What can you tell us about their passion and their zest that is coming back? Bottom of the deck, we have inner temple, devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. And like we just said about that before, your pain is your portal. So accessing the pain within your heart, use it as a portal for healing. Devotion, devote yourself to allowing these emotions to exist within your body, as well as devote yourself to the nurturing and nourishment of you. This is all about you. Like I'm seeing like you are about to walk through a doorway into a whole new dimension. As you walk into this next version of you, it is like the universe is calling for you to make yourself like the number one priority. You know what I mean? Because you have been taking care of everyone else for so long. This could even be some of you guys have grown up and you're parents yourselves, and you know, you still feel like you're parenting your parents. So yeah, it's kind of like for some of you guys, it's all about you just needing to allow life to life. Like I think you need to allow yourself to be human. I think that you have this feeling where you just want to be like, it's almost like you want to be a robot, where you're like, painful things don't affect me. I'm sorry, but that can't happen. Cracked open. You are meant to be cracked open. Everything that has been happening for you, not to you, okay? I want you to remember that. Life is happening for me, not to me. It says the ever unfolding rose, cracked opening. It's happening for you, not to you. Okay, so this is really surrendering. This is surrendering to what it is. Acceptance. This is about acceptance. Your acceptance of everything is what's really going to be pushing you and motivating you to like get back into action about creating your own life. Like this is really about taking on me. I'm becoming me. I want to be me. I want to be the best version of me. Like what do I want? This is about me. me. And then we have priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? Yeah, and that came out on top of the chariot card. So you guys are being called to, as leaders, you guys are being called to step up and share with your community. Some of you guys, like you have a platform that you need to be sharing on, or you just have like some sort of career decision to make that's going to allow you to be of service to people in a really nurturing way. But you know, you wouldn't actually be able to be this nurturing healer, this person that is able to fill other people with you know, so much self-worth and self-love if you hadn't been through this journey yourself, you know. We have Mary Magdalene, sacred marriage. So yeah, for a lot of you guys, this is really like becoming super duper safe within your own divine feminine energy. Yeah, sexual wisdom. Okay, for some of you guys, you are healing from, I don't want to say it, to be honest. I've been trying to avoid saying anything too hectic throughout this whole reading. But I do feel as though some of you guys, you are healing from sexual trauma. In whatever way, shape or form that has affected you, you're being validated, okay? Mary Magdalene is very much trying to help you through this at the moment. And we also have Kodesh. Okay? So, we also have Baba Yaga and Patience. And we also have the Dryad of Protect Your Energy. Wow, we have Mother Mary underneath that with emotional healing. So, whew, all of this divine feminine energy, you are meant to be a leader, very much so. You are definitely meant to like lead the pack. I feel as though you literally have like so many gifts, an abundance of gifts that you have, gifts and wisdom that you have not even been cultivating over this lifetime, but many. I'm feeling many lifetimes for you of like priestesshood, or what's the word, like being completely devoted to the divine feminine. So it's interesting that I feel as though you've come into this life with like this distorted masculine issue, maybe even, you know, just having issues with masculine energy, because in the end it's kind of here to awaken you to the glory of your radiant divine feminine. Yeah, I just feel as though you guys, the more you accept what your feelings are, the more you take note of your emotions and you register these feelings and emotions in your body and you allow them to be, and you move through like emotional regulation techniques and things like that, and you learn to actually allow your emotions to be with you instead of trying to push them away in whatever way that looks for you. For me, I smoke a hell of a lot of ganja to try and not feel. So, you know, what is your way of doing that? There's something that you do too. So, yeah, it's essentially the more you focus on the present and you focus on really healing, like, you know, yoga is extremely beneficial for getting yourself into your physical body. What do you need to start doing physically? You need to start doing some sort of physical practice that is going to bring you into yourself. And that is going to really help you to move forward in life in general and to have your own sense of freedom and stability and, you know, this sense of commitment that you have to yourself that you haven't had before because you've been too emotionally distraught without even really understanding why. I think that it's been reactions without understanding why am I reacting this way. I just feel the way I feel, and those feelings become so overwhelming that we can't deal with them, and so we try to numb. And I feel like this is changing. You are now being like, no, I'm just going to sit with this, I'm just going to breathe through this feeling. And you're going to find that, well, once you start doing that, it's going to change up everything. But also have patience with yourself as you do this. With this Dryad as well, like I'm seeing serious womb and yoni healing. Like she looks like she's sitting in front of a pussy to me. So as much yoni healing as you can do, okay? I'm not an expert in any of that sort of stuff, so find the practices that work for you, whether that's getting womb massages and stuff like that, or meeting with a feminine lady like that does stuff like that. I don't know. That's something that I definitely, as soon as I can do that sort of stuff, as soon as I'm like, I can afford to do those things, very soon, I'm going to definitely invest in that sort of stuff, because I feel like that's the next step, and that's the next step for you guys too, so I'm probably going to pick this group. But yeah, I want to read you this Kodesh card. I haven't read any of these. Ooh, and then we just opened to Baba Yaga, so I'm going to read you Baba Yaga first, and then we'll read Kodesh. Okay. Haven't read these for anyone else, it's just for you guys, I really feel it. Your spirit medicine from the ancient woman of the forest, Baba Yaga, is a good old dose of patience. It might not be what you want to hear, but there's simply no rushing this process. Everything in nature has a season, but in our modern world we seem to have forgotten that all good things take time to unfold. The situation or relationship you're involved in won't respond to anxious pushing and prodding. Leave things alone for a while. Time and space are needed for this issue to heal, develop, or come to fruition. Persevere with your journey without grasping for immediate gratification. Instant results are not the way of Baba Yaga. She's inviting you to build something of quality, of real substance, something that endures. Yeah, because you can't try and do all this shit too quickly. If you just try and wishy-washy over it, like, I'm just going to do a few meditations and I'm just going to, like, you know, do have one womb massage or something and then I'm going to be healed. Like, no, you really need to commit to this as a lifelong journey of being a human. Yeah, instant results are not the way of Baba Yaga. She's inviting you to build something of real substance, something that endures. Keep going even when it seems as if nothing's happening. There are ages and stages of accruing spiritual knowledge. You don't need to ask frantic questions of the universe, of your teachers, of yourself. Rest assured the answers will come when it's time. You're not being given everything at once, because rushing will spoil the end result. Slow cooking yields the richest, tastiest dishes. Let go of your fast-paced agenda and allow Baba Yaga to work her timeless magic. Yeah, okay, yeah. So, I think you guys have wanted to be further than where you are. You've wanted to, like, step into this leadership role prematurely because you just wanted to be hurry up and healed so you can do what you're meant to do. And, you know, I feel you. I feel that deeply. It's just not the way that we can do it, though. It just doesn't work like that. And I'm not saying that you need to be fully healed at all, because you're never going to be, before you try and, like, start something. But it's almost just like you just weren't quite ready to step up as the leader that you're meant to be in the state or in the energy that you were in. And now this is slowly shifting and changing. Baba Yaga is asking you to have patience, because you are going through this huge, huge sacred marriage with your own spirit. You know, you're finding solace and peace with you. And, you know, we have emotional healing underneath that. So like I just told you, this whole thing, like, your spread is all about this emotional healing. It has to do with your family. It has to do with, in particular, masculine energies. It has to do with maybe even, you know, your first boyfriend. Maybe he was a complete cock. Maybe you're still healing from that. Who knows? You know, you're going to know where this fits. So I'm not going to, like, stress about trying to have the perfect situation. Okay, so we have Kodesh, sexual wisdom. Embrace intimacy, celebrate your sexuality. This card signifies a time of sexual healing and new experiences of intimacy. Kodesh can activate your intuitive wisdom about sex as a sacred, nourishing force. She says, the easiest way to access your sexual spiritual knowledge is to tune into your body. Be still and become aware of your breath. If you can, place one hand on your heart area and the other hand on your belly, or simply focus on the sensations of your body, which is what we've been talking about. Just getting present and aware inside your body. Imagine your sexual energy as a spark of light flowing through you. Ask yourself, what does my sexual wisdom want me to know? Listen to the first feelings or impression that arises. If nothing comes, don't worry. You're tuning into your higher sexual consciousness, whether you know it or not. The insights may come hours, days, or weeks later. Maybe you want to be more sexually expressive and creative, or do you need permission to experiment with being polyamorous or celibate, for example? It could be that sexual blocks or trauma are coming up for healing. I'll lead you to the right support. Offer up all of your desires and wishes about the sacred erotic to me. Let me bring you all the sensual pleasure you deserve. Additional meanings. Explore sacred ecstasy rituals, how sex connects to the divine. Work with a sex therapist or relationship counselor and communicate your sexual needs to your partner or partners. Invocation. My sexuality is natural. I'm worthy of ecstatic pleasures. That's right. Your sexuality is created to, like your creativity is created to, linked to everything. So it's extremely important that you work with your creative energy, with your sexual energy. And that's why, Mars is fucking, it's the planet of sex and passion and drive and motivation and like moving forward and everything like that. So, obviously with it in retrograde, that's had you realizing some things. That's had you seeing things clearly. Gemini is a mental sign. So this is probably things popping into your mind, thoughts, realizations that you've been having that you might not have fucking had before, And with these aspects to Neptune, it could even be, because there've been squares, it could even be that there's been some sort of tension that has come up, some lie, some illusion, some, I don't know, even just like some confusion that has just really risen to the surface, that's been almost like a guiding light to the truth, which is showing you, the truth. Or should I say, it's been a guiding light to what's been wrong. It's been a guiding light to where you've been stuck, where you've been subconsciously holding yourself back, And so Mars going direct now, you're getting to implement what you've learned. So you've learned over these past few months, hey, okay, I really need to start like dealing with my emotions and feeling it. Maybe you've had a hard time actually doing that. Now Mars is direct, you're going to be able to, stuff like that. So anyway, guys, I love you so much. If you are still here with me, please do let me know. Drop a comment. Let me know what the fuck is going on with you. Camera cut out on me. But I have a good feeling this is going to be my group too. So I resonate with you guys. I love you so much. If you enjoyed it, please do give this video a like. It really helps to spread it out to more people. And yeah, if you want to book a personal reading with me, you can click the link below, head to my website. I also have astrology readings, a bunch of new ones. They are fucking awesome and super exciting. So if you're interested in that, check it out. That will also be linked. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do, because there's going to be plenty more where this came from. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Stay safe, take care of yourself, I adore you, and I will see you in the next reading. Peace.